right here close to everybody so I can see everybody. First of all, I want to thank Brother Rob for giving me the opportunity to share my testimony and really express what I've been through and stuff. But let me first of all start off by saying in 2012, about 3 years ago, I started getting real sick around April 1st. Me and my family just joined church. And I started getting sick in the stomach. It really felt like nothing at first. But then, as the days went on, it got worse. And I remember the next day, UK was playing, and UK won a championship. Anthony Davis and his team. Probably the best UK team ever alive. But then the next day, I started getting worse. In my stomach, I couldn't hardly eat. I couldn't hardly drink or nothing like that. And my mom would try her best to wake me up and stuff, and she could not wake me up at all. And the next day, we ended up going to the hospital. And so I was real sick, bending down on my stomach, and my back was hurting. They took me to Watchburg Hospital, and the doctor at the time, Dr. Young, said, well, we're going to have to put you in the IC room. And so the next day, that's when everything started really going downhill. And people was like, well, Dr. Merfield was like, I got to send you to a specialist right away. I got to send you to a surgeon. And Dr. Val came in, and he was like, well, you ever got your appendix checked? And I was like, no, I'm healthy and stuff. And so Dr. Val says, well, we're going to check your appendix. But it was way worse than my appendix. It was actually my colon, the stomach. And he was like, well, we'll put a microscope or a light thing there just to see what happens. And it got way worse than that. And right then and there, Dr. Bell was like, we're going to have to take you to surgery right away. Because there's no way that you could make it like this. Like, we could give you some pills, we could put you on an IV, but within 30 minutes to an hour, you would be dead. You'd be dead. So Dr. Bell explained everything to my mom, and it got to the point where Dr. Bell, he was on the game, he was on the ball. And they're in 10 minutes of surgery, and they cut the stomach open and found out that it was worse. So when they took me into surgery, they was like, I've never seen nothing like this before. And Dr. Bell goes and gets advice from Dr. Pellegrini. And Dr. Pellegrini says, well, I hate to take all this colon stuff out, so we're going to have to just vacuum everything out because it was bad bacteria. And it was actually a successful surgery, but then it gets way worse than that with the surgery. Because come to find out, Dr. Bell, he was like, well, it was a successful surgery, but if this continues, your blood pressure, your liver and stuff goes along, then we're going to have to keep you way longer. So they put every kind of tube that they possibly could on me. From a catheter to a breathing machine thing to a heart thing, they put everything on me. And my blood in my liver and stuff like out the rainbow, and my pee got to the color of tea. That's how bad everything went downhill. So they're like, well, Dr. Bell, because he already knew what he said. So the church members of my mom's friends at the time came and prayed, and they was awful. But then again, my former church people that I went to, they came and prayed, and within an hour, everything that was downhill started coming uphill. I started getting a little bit better. So we're not in the clear at first because it's 2 weeks after the surgery. And I'm still feeling bad because I cannot eat at all. And they've done their best to tried to get me to eat everything possible, but Dr. Bell was like, I gotta send you to Lexington. So they send me to Lexington, and the doctor in Lexington is like, well, we're gonna have to put a feed tube in you. And if you're not careful, then everything can go bad. So I was like, there is no way I'm getting the feed tube in me. So the doctor started feeding me like all foods like yogurt, chicken, good stuff that they would put to the patients. And I was in Whitesburg Hospital for 2.5 weeks, and then 5 days in Lexington. And pretty much, Dr. Carter is the infectious disease doctor, and he's like, well, you know, if you had been 50 or 70, we would have automatically had to take the colon stuff out. But because of your age, and my mom was like, wait a minute now. It's not because of his age that was saved him. It's God, it's Jesus that saved him. And I do thank God for saving me from that, because that really was a point where the devil was trying to attack me, because he knows that I got purpose here in life. And I thank him for saving me. I thank God for saving me everything. But 2 years later, my mom, her back starts messing up on her before Thanksgiving. The doctor in Lexington, we're back in Lexington again, but this time it's a different hospital. And the doctor's like, well, you've had previous back surgery before in the past, but we're going to have to take your L4, your L5 out. And then again, when she gets in surgery, it's way worse than what she expected. Like, her surgery almost took 4 hours, 4.5 hours, because it got to the point where mom couldn't even walk or anything. But I do thank God for mom. I do thank God for saving not only me, but for my mom, because we are definitely true blessings in life. And to go through surgeries and stuff like that, any ordinary person would have just said, no, I'm giving up, there's no way I can do this. But when you got a desire, when you got a gift in life, then you will fight every single step of the way. And I do thank God for that. Look, let me show you a verse with you right quick. Now, the second half of my testimony is with this verse. John 14:1. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. Recently, if you all know, it's been real hard as of late, though. I mean, it's never easy talking about your problems or anything. And I went to, before Brother Rob, I was like, is anybody ever going to listen? In my mind, is anybody ever going to listen to me? Is anybody ever going to hear what I have to say? And finally, in December, one person I did. And so, it was like, these past couple months have been horrendous. I don't know if y'all follow my stories or not, but they have been terrible. I mean, for the first time in my life, I walked out on something that I love. That is doing music and videos. Because God gave me that gift to spread the word around, spread my music around, so that way we can make an impact in the world. And for the first time in my life, when I walked out, I felt like I walked with everybody in here, everybody out in the world, everybody that's watching. I mean, life situations, if you're not careful, they can bring you down real quick. And so, I'm not talking about Rob last month. We discussed everything, and we talked, and he prayed with me and stuff. And I don't ever want to walk. This recovery has been great. It's really helped me a whole lot. It's not only helped me become a better Christian, but it's helped me develop my music. I remember Lecrae talking about, if you want to get better, you have to motivate yourself and you have to keep on. And that's what I've been doing as of late, keeping on, recovering from this pain. I just thank God for not only sticking with me, but I thank God for allowing me to be able to do music and videos and stuff. And it's not to make people mad or anything, but it's to spread the word of God around. It's to spread my callings around. Because we all have callings in life. God brings callings to us. Brother Rob, he's a chaplain. He's a singer, rather. But God gave me, when He gave me gifts of music and videos, that's one way for me to spread my love for God around. But I thank God for everything that He's given me and continue to support Him and to continue to be there with Him. I just thank God so much, and I love Him with all my heart.